something we all need. Gotta have it now if you wanna succeed. Striving, surviving, that's no doubt. Sticking together, we gon' find a way out. To all you young people, give it your all. To all you young people, give it your all. To all you young people, give it your all. To all you young people, give it your all.
Good afternoon, the back community. Thank you as always for staying involved. Thank you for staying engaged. Today I have a special guest. We're actually going to venture into a topic that we haven't touched thus far on the back community, but today's guest is Miss Jodyann Allsop, but I'm also going to call her Miss Shereen because her business is Impressed by Shereen. And we're going to get all into body contouring and shaping for both men and women. So Shereen, first and foremost, thank you for extending me your time and coming on the back community.
You're welcome. Hi, everyone. I'm Impressed by Shereen, Body Sculpting. So happy to be here with Terrell Hughes from the back community. Faith has us here because I have no idea how I met him on Instagram. I'm still trying to figure it out, but Faith has us here.
Yep. Listen, it happened exactly how it was supposed to happen.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Thank you for being patient with me. And I know I couldn't wait to get you on here because I always like to go into new topics that maybe I haven't covered as of yet. And body shaping and body contouring is definitely one that we haven't covered, but it's a really, really big one. So I was happy to get you on here, especially with everything that's been going on during the pandemic and the surge in BBLs and stuff like that. I couldn't wait for you to come on. I did my research.
You did?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so happy to be here.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, well, first things first, I've gotten a chance to know you a little bit, but I'm going to know a whole lot about you by the time we finish this interview. But here's your opportunity to tell the back community a little bit more about yourself, where you're from, and tell us more about your business, Shereen.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Shereen. I'm originally from Trinidad. I came here since 2002. I've been living in Troy since 2003, and then I moved to Schenectady. What I do is really, really cool. Like, I'm always looking for the next best thing to do. My family was like, how did you find that? I'm always looking for the next best thing. So what I do as well, with my business, I help people to lose inches. So, but it's like, it's so amazing that, you know, what your hands could do and the machines that you use. So I have a machine and it's like, it does cavitation. So the cavitation is what kind of liquefies your fat in your body. And I know it's kind of weird, but prior to doing the cavitation with the machine, you know, I do massages. So I activated your lymphatic system. So everything goes through, you know, when the fat melts, it goes through your nose in your lymphatic system. So I do the cavitation. It's, you know, it's like, just picture you doing ultrasound.
Okay.
For your fat. So I liquefy the fats. I do radio frequency. It tightens your skin.
Okay.
I wish I could have shown you the machine, but it's at my shop. So you know, it tightens your skin and whatnot. And also I do wood therapy. So just like regular wood, and you break fat down a lot with wood. You'll be so surprised. So like by your first session, you have already like lost like 2 to 3 inches just in your first session. So like, you know, I also have clients that has done BBLs, which I do work on. And, you know, some of them come in and they have, they already start forming fat pockets, which hardens. So I have to like break that down. So I also work even with men. Because everybody wants to lose inches. So it's what the saying go, if you look good, you feel good.
Yes, if you look good, you feel good.
If you look good, you feel good. So, you know, they come and, you know, everybody want to look good. You want to look good in your clothes. You want to look good when you're outside. You want to look good for yourself. And of course, it starts with you, you know, looking amazing. So I'm just like, I'm out here. I'm ready to get everybody in, whoever wants to.
Okay.
Whoever decide they want to lose inches, they want to look good in their clothes, they want to, and it's like, it's a really cool process. It's like, and the main thing for it is, if you start that journey, whereas you want to look good and feel good within your clothes, your body for yourself, you want to take that step. And, the main thing for this too is drinking a lot of water. A lot of people don't drink water. It's sodas, it's juices, it's it's like, I am a lover of water. So everybody always say, I have 6 children. Exactly. My own is here too, my favorite cup. So everybody be like, oh my God, you have 6 children. How do you look like that? I take care of myself. I'm not, it's amazing. Like, I'm not trying to boast about it, but have I ever tried the machines on myself? Of course, definitely. I've tried the machines on myself. And the reason why I tried them on myself is because I want to see what the customer feeling. So I could be like, this is what you're going to feel. This is what you're not going to feel. This is what you're going to hear. But I've tried it myself and I've seen results. I've seen the results. I even tried the butt thing on myself. I don't need no butt, but I've tried it on myself just to see what it will feel like. But it's like, I even do butt lifts, but everything I do is non-invasive.
Okay.
It's so pretty cool. And it's like, I don't know, it's just amazing. It's just
listen, I know this next question is gonna be off topic. But how did you get involved in body contouring? What was it about this industry that got you interested and sparked and said, you know what, I want to open up my own business? What was it about body contouring that drew you in?
Okay, so I was in Brooklyn at one point, and it was maybe 4 years ago. And I was passing and I seen like a sign and it says something about contouring. I'm like, what the hell is that? So me being nosy, I started looking up and researching. And it was, after that it was on. I'm like, you know what? I'm always looking for the next best thing. Like, I'm always with a great idea, always trying to because to be honest, I'm a straight hustler. Being a single mom, having 6 children, I am a hustler. I'm up to get it. I cannot sit down and just wait. It's never going to be handed to me. I have to go get it. So I'm always looking for the next best thing to try to, make my money, do what I got to do to make sure I can, make for my children at the end of the day. So that was it for me. It was like I'm going to do that. So I went, and I started buying. My equipment is very expensive. That's the killer with this whole thing. But I mean, it's worth it. When it is really worth it. The investment is worth it. So once you get the machine, you start getting the people and you're good to go. And they do see results, they do see results from the first session. Okay.
And I see, I want to say, I know maybe at least 2 or 3 other friends of mine who's also doing body contouring as well. So, I'll see them do, I know you mentioned the wood therapy. The wood therapy. I see something that's being done with the butt. It's like a cup thing. It's like a suction cup. Or whatever it is.
That's the butt lift.
What is happening? Oh, that's a butt lift?
Yes, the non-invasive butt lift.
Okay. Yeah.
You get a butt.
Who puts this suction thing on your butt? How does this work? How you doing? I said, how does this work?
To be honest, like, people have even used it on their boobs, and men have used it on their other areas. They have. Okay. I know. Yes, they do. Like, you can use it to gain, because of course it pumps your blood. It pumps, so it's you will get a couple inches.
Okay. All right. So that's why I said it works both for males and
women. Yes, but some men thinking automatically, they think, oh my God, that's just for a woman. No, it's not. Anybody who wants to lose inches, it doesn't matter, man or woman, you can get body contouring. Because a lot of men now, you wouldn't believe that they are going and get surgeries done as well.
Okay. Wait. Well, you can't just throw that out there and like it's something normal. So explain this.
No, well, it's normal for me.
What is the surgeries or what is the procedures the men are doing?
Okay, so a lot of men, they're getting suctions as well.
Okay.
Just like women, they're getting their fat suction. Some of them is even etching. I was in Atlanta, and this guy came in. He was slim. He probably had a little pudge, but he wanted to get his stomach etched and to look like if he has abs.
Okay.
I know it's like, what? But it's true. Like, a lot of guys go get suction. They don't talk about it because they feel like, oh, that's a woman thing. No, it's not. Even what I do is just not a woman thing. Because a lot of guys will ask me, like, can I get it done too? You got fat, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. You want to lose inches, correct? You want to feel and look good, right? Okay, so come on down.
Okay.
Yep.
And let me see. I know you. I know you're a hustler. So you're a woman of many talents. What are some of the other things that you're actually passionate about?
Okay, so my other businesses I have, it's called JIB. It's called Jody's Immunity Boosting. It's immunity boosting drinks I make. So the base is pineapple. I let everybody know because some people are allergic to pineapple. And also I make a beet juice drink. When I tell you it's amazing, it's really amazing. Like even like the so one is called Sweet Immunity and the other one is called Beat It. So with the Sweet Immunity, it helps with colds. If you have even your blood pressure, it regulates it. It helps with during the COVID, when COVID just started. I'm gonna tell you right now, I made a killing.
Okay.
Yes, because everybody was even like, and it's good. Even your children could take it. I give it to my children. I give them shots of it. You know, like some of them, if they have if I realize like the winter time, especially a shot in the morning, a shot at night, and that's all it really take. And it's really palatable. It tastes awesome. Like it has garlic, ginger, turmeric, and stuff like that in it. But you would not believe it does because this is not like the smell is not like you know. But when you hear what it has in it, you be like But the taste is really good. And like with my beet juice, I make it with fresh beets.
Okay.
You know, so
it sounds a lot better than apple cider vinegar. So I would try it.
Yes. I got you, of course. And I do ship. Okay. I do ship to people.
Okay.
I have two different sizes. I do ship. And I also have my my shapewear. I do sell shapewear, not just waist trainers. Everybody's like, oh my God, I need a waist trainer. No. Shapewear, whereas, you know, even if you do have a couple pounds on you, you can still wear the shapewear and you look good in your clothes regardless. So I do sell shapewear, and my website is called EmpressBodySculpting.com. So if anybody interested, they could definitely go take a look. But I do sell shapewear as well. So that's like my three. I know.
And
I know.
Wait, would shapewear be like the equivalent for those like myself who might not know? It'll be like the what Kim Kardashian is doing somewhat with Skims.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have different. I have like I even have for men as well.
Okay.
So I even have with men wear it to go work out or you wear it under your clothes and it makes you look really good. You know, so like a lot of women buy. So sometimes I might have the one whereas it can make you in your pants or your dress make your butt look a little, but you cannot. It's so good though that you cannot even see it under your clothes.
Okay, that's good.
It's really awesome. Oh, I have an update as well. So in September, so right now my store, it's located in the Coliseum in Albany.
Yep.
I'm going to be moving to Peels on Wheels in 19 Cullivan Ave as of September.
Nice. Congratulations.
So I'll be closer up that way, like more or less in the middle, so everybody could come inside because a lot of people don't want to come downtown. So that's a quick update. So Peels on Wheels, I'll be there from September.
Nice. Congratulations on the move. Thank you. You know, I remember when the Coliseum first got renovated and it was going to be the next best thing. One, I shout out to the Coliseum because it does serve a huge purpose in the South End, and it does give a lot of businesses the opportunity to put their business right there in the mainstream, in the heart of the community. So, you know, I think us as a community have to do a better job of supporting those businesses to make sure that they actually, the livelihood continues to grow. I know my friend Angelo Maddox, he started off right down there and was able to go ahead and move his business down to where it is currently. I think I have another friend, she'll be on later on in a year too, Jodyann. She has a hair business in the Coliseum with you as well. But congratulations to you on your new move to Colvin. That's going to be huge for you and the business. Because like I said, it definitely opens you up to a wider audience and people's access to you has expanded. So congratulations on that move.
Thank you. I've already started telling them I'm moving. So when they come up there, they can at least see that the samples of the shapewear. They will even have access to have jib as well. So, another thing, on the 21st, there is a pop-up shop up there, which I'm definitely going to be up there as well.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'll post it on my IG.
Okay, perfect.
So
Perfect.
you can see it as well, and they'll be able to come to the pop-up shop. They're gonna have food. People are gonna sell clothes, jewelry. It's gonna be amazing.
Okay. Yep. And all of the and every which way of how to get in contact with Shereen will be attached to this video as well.
Yes, it will.
Yep. It'll be attached to the video. You know, like I said earlier, you know, I did my limited research on body contouring. And one of the biggest things that stood out to me that I couldn't wait to talk to you about was the rise in BBLs. I seen a stat very recently that said during the pandemic, over this last 2 years, there has been an uptick in BBLs from over 60% or 70% in BBLs,
Yes.
where a lot of people are trying to go to places like the Dominican Republic to go ahead and get the procedures done, stuff like that. How does why do you think there was such a huge uptick during COVID, a global pandemic with BBLs?
Me personally, you want my honest opinion?
Oh, give it to me. Give it to me.
I personally think that people was getting PPP loans. No, I'm just and free money. So this was their time to go
Nice.
get whatever they wanted to get. Because, you know, so I always say it like this, right? I don't knock anybody who decides to go do their body. Me personally, as of right now, no, I'm not touching my body at all. But who do it, fine. Yeah. With that being said, it's like, I think it's a lot.
Okay.
I really think it's a lot. And it's like really unsafe. Like, you know what I mean? But, you know, to each their own. And people don't understand, like, even if you do the outer, you got to be feeling good inside.
Absolutely.
Because you do the outer and you still don't feel good inside. So what then what next? You got a nice body, yeah, but then what's next?
I love that. I love that because, you know, what they say.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I love that.
No, I was even talking to my friend about that as well. And I was saying to her, like, you know, she's like, oh my God, everybody did their body and this and that. But it's funny because everybody looked the same. Some people just get, you know, their body's bigger, whatever the case may be. But I'm trying to say, like, I don't knock anybody. Everybody's beautiful regardless. Yeah. But I'm like, do you feel good on the inside? Or do you did something on the outside? That's my biggest thing, because a lot of people did. I have people that did BBLs and came to me and they're still not satisfied of the results that they got. And then they come to me with my non-invasive procedures and think like I should be able to fix what they paid a lot of money to get fixed. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, so then why did you do it? Why didn't you just do it the non-invasive way? Because the non-invasive way, it does work. It's not going to be permanent like, you know, what they did, but it does work. It does work, especially if you're eating healthy and you start doing what you want to do. Because even when you do the BBL, you still have to get the massages, number one. And people don't understand, like when you get the BBL, the massages, they just, you know, they drain in your lymphatic and stuff like that. But you still got to get contoured. You still got to get shaped. A lot of people do it and think like, oh my God, I'm going to do a BBL or however the case may be, and I'm going to be the sexy person. No, you're still going to look like your regular self if you do not get shaped in it. And that's why I come in, you know, that's why I come in. And a lot of people end up getting not good. So a lot of people sometimes don't even go to the massages. So when they don't, they get fibrosis. Fibrosis is where everything hardens. Like where, you know, because you're healing. So under your skin, everything hardens. So when it hardens, it's really hard. If you do not get it taken care of, you're going to be so bumpy. And you can look it up as well. Fibrosis. It's not good. But I mean, I'd say, as I said, to each their own. I never know. I might go under the knife one time. Who knows? But for right now, I'm not.
Okay.
I prefer to stay away for the time being. It's very painful.
Yeah. And the reason why I asked was just because it seems that it's becoming more of a common practice now to want something done. And that's why I love one of the things that you said already was just like, you know, happiness comes from within, you know what I mean? Of course, you know, the better you feel, you know, our outward actions mirror our inner feelings. Correct. Right? So ultimately, you still want to be corrected on the inside of yourself or feel the best about yourself, regardless of what other external features that you have. But that's why I thought bringing you on was going to be such a dynamic topic, because it is, our self-imagery and how we look at ourselves today is influenced by so many things. Right now, you have social media at an all-time high, marketing at an all-time high, and then you see everyone's figures, everyone's lifestyles, and of course, everyone wants the lifestyles and may not know some of the negatives that come along with that. Like if you were just out, if you don't do the massages, this can turn into a really bad scenario for somebody who thought that they just had this wonderful procedure done. Sometimes I watch K. Michelle's. So I'm gonna mess the name of the show up, but you'll hear about those stories, and it's just like, of course, like I said, this is a non-judgment zone for me because I don't know anything about it, other than what I gathered. But God has designed each of us uniquely, and if you are gonna do it, try to do it as safe as possible. But it was just alarming to me when I seen the number during COVID, but that makes sense too. Like you said, a lot of people are getting a lot of free money. They're getting a lot of free money. Like, listen, I always want to get
some free money and take myself too now.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, like I say, it's really each their own. But people really have to understand that you could do a BBL, you could do anything you want to do, but how do you feel inside is what really counts. Because you could do it and still look at yourself. You're outside and you're like, yeah, I got this body. But then when you go home, you're crying every night.
Gotcha.
Because you still don't feel good about yourself, so it comes from within. And like I say, I don't knock nobody. I appreciate everybody. It doesn't matter, if it's a man who went and did the surgery or a woman, it is what it is. But right now, I tell you, I haven't done it yet. But who knows? I might get all a little wrinkly and I might be like, I'm going under that knife.
It's time now. It's time.
I'll be like, it's time. All right. The young body is gone. The old body going to be young again, But right now, I'm content with what I have. Okay. I mean, for 6 children, I feel like, I've looked all right. I still try to keep my body looking right and whatever the case may be. But you never know. I might be like, what? Grandma going under the knife today.
Okay. What are some of the things that you actually consult to people about when they're interested in actually doing the non-invasive procedures with you?
Okay, so when a client contact me, I do a consult. They come in, I do, let them strip down, however the case may be, and I let them know. They ask them, no, first off, they do a paperwork. So once I see the paperwork on what areas they want to work on, I'll be like, okay, so we can do X, Y, Z. So what I usually do, I don't just do sessions, because I feel like if you do one session, what is it going to do? Well, it might do something, but so I sell packages.
Okay.
And let me throw in this one time. I sell packages, and I also I partner up with a company called With Cherry. So you can also get do a buy now pay here option as well. So I also offer that. So I don't want to call it financing because everybody's like, oh my God, but it's a soft pull on your credit, just like if you do like a Klarna or some of one of those options, but it's for this type of business. Gotcha. So that's also an option as well when you do come to me. So I let them, get comfortable, and they tell me, what areas they want to work on, or however the case may be. And I just let them know, we could work on, if you're working on your stomach, your butt, however the case may be. I also do cellulite reduction. So anybody coming in, they do have cellulite, I make sure I have machines for that too. So, and also my hands. But when they come in and, I get them comfortable and, we talk about it. So sometimes they might I want to work on my butt and that's cellulite. So I let them know, I'll give them the option of okay, so you could do 10 sessions, or you could do 5, or, however the case might be. And if I say, you do 5 and see how it work out. But I work, it's most of the time, to be honest, although I have a price set, I do work with my customers.
Okay.
I mean, as I say, I want everybody to look and feel good. I do be like, okay, well, you know what? Especially when I love them, sometimes they recommend people to come to me. So I work with my customers. But the process, is most of the time I tell them after the process and we do everything, I will let them know, stay away from red meat. Why is she doing this? Don't do none. You can still do your little workouts and stuff like that for the first couple of days. Everything is non-invasive, so it's not as if you have to I can't go to work. Or you might be a little sore, especially from the wood. The wood therapy is what gets you a little sore, but it's nothing that you can't go to work. Drinking water, especially drinking water, is the number one. Stay away from wine. Some people, I've seen people did getting it done on the table with whoever they're with, and they're drinking wine. That is a no. So they like, stay away especially for the first couple of days, stay away from certain things. But if you want to live that lifestyle, especially the money you're paying to actually get contoured, trust and believe, I'm staying away from all the nonsense. I'm ready to go on a healthy journey. So I know, some people like, they want to go on a healthy journey, but like, if you like, okay, should I? No, if you want that and you're going to spend all this money, you gotta come with a different mindset. You gotta come with a mindset. Because people think that even when you do a BBL, if you do not get a healthy lifestyle, what you think is gonna happen? All that money going to waste. So it's the same thing here as well. It's like you can keep the weight off, but you just have to start, building that healthy lifestyle. Even before you come to me, like, what, I coming to you with this mindset that I want this healthy lifestyle. I want to be able to drink more water. I have people come and say they don't drink water. I have clients that don't drink water at all, that I have to let them know you're going to drink water. You leave my place, say you're drinking water. Before you leave, you're drinking water. So like, but water is the main thing with it though. Water is like water, drinking, make sure you hydrated. So everything flushes out your system. And I've had clients that come from the city.
Okay.
I've came up here. I used to go to the city and do it as well. It became too much. So I had clients come up here as well. And, they do it and they like, oh my God, they're amazed within the couple of days that, their body looks completely different.
Okay.
I do what I do.
So how often does, because it sounds like it's something that has to be kept up, right? So how often does one need to get continuously contoured? How often do you have to have regular sessions? Okay,
so like with cavitation, is every 3 days. You cannot do it every day. So you could do like 30, 45-minute session of cavitation. So cavitation is the one I told you that liquefies the fat, So that is only every 3 days. I mean, like with wood therapy and stuff like that, you could do that anytime. As long as because sometimes I try the wood therapy myself and I'm like, oh, I got to give it a couple of days because I know, that's my body. So I know I'm doing, but on my clients, I wouldn't go as hard as I would on, But like with the cavitation, like the only limitation is 3 days. So like I've had clients will come every 3 days or, or they will come and just like, they might just do, the cavitation and everything for the 3 days. And then they might say, okay, I want to do my butt lift the 4th or the 5th day. Okay. Or some I do it the same day after, So I was like, okay, one more thing with you. So with me, packages go like this. So from your waist, go up is one package, your waist go down, but your belly button go down is another. Or you could do full body. So that's like the packages I have, whereas you can do, it's like 3 different packages.
Okay. And all of these different packages are available on the website, or is that something that you typically explain during a consultation?
So it's on my website as well. Like they actually, it's on my website. Once they click the link to all my links on my IG, everything comes up. The shapewear site, everything comes up. Perfect. All right. I'm gonna take you in a different direction. Right now, it's not going to be too far off from it, but I know that you've been in the Capital District area since 2002, so you spent some time in Schenectady, Troy, and Albany. Here's one of my favorite questions that I like to ask everybody. What is your favorite place to visit in the Capital District area and why? So you can choose Schenectady, Troy, or Albany because you frequented all 3 of them. So what's your favorite place to visit and why? To be honest, my favorite place up here, but my favorite place is like, I feel like Albany has a lot to do. Like I love to visit the museum. Okay. I know it might sound boring, but I love the museum. Like,
no, it's not boring. It's not boring.
I've been taking my kids there since they were little. Like it's like, and I don't know. I just love this. I just love taking them to the museum. So it's like, I always take them to the museum. It's like, that's my thing too. I feel like that's my little woosah. And then, we take them upstairs and they do the little carousel and stuff like that. But that's like my favorite thing to do in Albany. Besides all the food that they have on Wolf Road. Okay. That's next. Okay. Yeah. But like the museum is my favorite thing. I just love the education of it. It's like, it's really amazing.
Okay. Yeah, no, actually, I was about to say that used to be my favorite, but it never was. But
So what is?
I like it though. I like it. I take my kids there probably at least once a year whenever we come back up to Albany because I still have a house in Albany. We went there earlier this year as well and met up with some of my cousins and her kids. So I love the museum. but it's not my favorite place.
So what's your favorite place?
Mine's right now is actually, it's an outdoor spot. It is right on the corner of Judson and Livingston, and it is the second largest urban park in New York State. It's called the Brother Youssef Trail. But
I know Brother Youssef. I know Brother Youssef.
Yeah.
I used to, after he passed and the other guy took over, James Edwards. So I used to play the kids' places. So yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Brother Youssef,
I didn't know they had
really
something over there. I'm gonna have to check that out.
You got to go in the back of it. It is actually huge. A lot of people that don't even know that it's actually back there, but it is back there. Like I said, and it's considered to be the second largest outdoor urban park. And it's amazing. So, but if you do get a chance to check that one out, that's
definitely
my favorite.
Have to see it. Well, I guess that might end up being my favorite place after I've seen it. Then something else to do. That's nice.
Yeah. And let me see, man. I got your next question for you because I know you have your hands in a couple of different things, but do you give yourself permission and space to change? Because I know you're in several different industries, but as you choose your career or as you choose what industry you're going to be in, do you feel that it's a healthy thing to give yourself permission to change, or do you feel like you got to stay stuck on one thing? How does that work for you, Shereen?
Well, for me, like as I told you, I wear many hats. It's not a problem. I'm okay with change. Change is not a problem. I don't have a problem with just say you come to me and be like, hey, I got this t-shirt company, like it's dope, it's da. I'm like, all right, let's go for it. That's me. You know what I mean? Once it will work, I don't have a problem, like, like branching off to do anything different. That's not a problem at all. As long as it will be, fruitful and it can sell, it can brand, however the case may be, I'm ready. I'm always down. As long as it's gonna make money and the customer's gonna be happy, I'm down.
Okay.
I'm always down.
How would you define success? Now, this is probably one of my favorite questions out of all 3 seasons. I think everyone has their own definition of success. So, Shereen, if I was to ask you, how would you define success?
I define success as freedom to do whatever you want to do. Freedom. And I always tell people, like, success is not just about, oh, I got mad money in the bank. And no, to me, I feel like success to me would be like, okay, if I feel like I want to time freedom for me. Like, that's my thing with success. Like, I want to be successful, whereas I could have time to do anything with my children, especially that's number 1 for me. Success to me would be like, if I decide, I don't know, I want to go out of town for the week, it's freedom. My whole thing to me, success to me is freedom. Freedom to do whatever you want. Freedom to, just enjoy life. I don't know if that sums it up.
No, that's actually good, and I already know that when once my wife looks at this, she's gonna be so happy because she says the same thing about you. She wants her freedom all day. So
that's it. Like, it's freedom to do anything. Like, like I prefer to have the freedom to do anything than have all the money in the world that I'm just not doing anything. Because all I'm doing is working. So, like, where do I find that time? Where do I find, that success to me is like, I'll have that time. I'll have that time to spend with my family, have that time for myself. And I'm big on self-care. So nice. Like, why your face look like that?
Yeah, I said nice.
Like, I'm big on self-care. So it's like, it's always like, I love freedom. I don't know. It's just, it's a joy.
Okay. Let me see. Because what I'm doing is I'm breaking down the layers behind Shereen, the businesswoman, to find out the other things that most people probably won't get a chance to know about you because they're coming in for a particular service. But I know that there's so many layers to each of us as people, which is why I'm diving into some of these other questions as well. But how do you balance it all? Having so many different passions and wearing several different hats on top of being a mother of 6. how do you find a healthy work-life balance?
Okay, so with me, to be honest, most of the time on the weekends is my time. So
Okay.
from like, Monday through Friday morning, stuff like that, I make sure, the businesses and families is up and running, everything is straight. But like, I have to find that time on the weekend. Even if it's a Sunday for me to woosah, I'm definitely taking that woosah moment. And although I have 6 children, they all don't live with me. So, it's because they're older. So one of my sons, I have twins, they're 20, almost 21. One is in the Navy in Japan. The other one, he lives on his own. So
Nice.
it works out, it balances well.
Nice.
And my kids are very, I don't want to boast, but they're very well behaved. So, and I do have structure in my house. So it's not like if my house has, like my daughter is 9, my son is 7. So it's not as if my house has those little kids and they all bounce up now.
Okay.
My house shuts down at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So
Same here.
I do have a balance and my house is very balanced. I ain't even trying to sound perfect, but my house has a balance in it.
Good.
I wouldn't have it another way because I need my time. I'm not a 24-hour mother, I'm sorry. And I'm not a 24-hour businesswoman. So I do need my time and I take my time when it's needed.
Good. Let me see. With that in mind, thinking about your younger self, right? Thinking about the younger Shereen, thinking about the younger Jodyann. I want to channel into your younger self. What is something that you wish someone would have told the younger version of you that now? Being matured, being experienced. What is something you wish someone would have told the younger version of you? Maybe you can help a younger Shereen out in the world today. So what is something you wish someone would have told your younger self?
I wish they, like my younger self, instead of just showing me, oh my God, schoolwork. I wish they had shown me how to build a business.
Gotcha.
I really wish, that's what they was teaching, back then, or even my parents, we come from Caribbean. What business do you know? So it's like, I am like learning everything on my own. It's challenging because you want to make sure you do everything correct, but it's like, it's hard. So I read a lot. I'm always reading something. I'm not a big TV person. I might watch a movie here and there. I love music. So like, if you come out, you might quickly see music on versus TV. I read a lot. I read up on a lot of stuff because I'm like, I know I have a business. So I'm doing my best to make sure all my ducks is in a row. Nice. But I wish my younger self that had, they had tell me, hey, set up an LLC, turn it into a trust, turn it into a corp. I wish that's what I had learned back then. So now I would be straight to be able to be like, okay, I know how to do X, Y, Z. Let me bring some people with me, But I'm still learning by myself too. And everybody think like, oh my God, what? No, I don't. It might look like it is, but no, I'm still learning too. And I can't teach you what I don't know,
I like it. And, times has changed, right? So most people, we didn't used to talk about finances. So finances was something that you just didn't talk about. It was that big, scary boogeyman in the dark that no one talked about. We didn't talk about credit. We didn't talk about therapy. So those types of topics you can actually talk about now without being shamed about it. And I love it. You got the Earn Your Leisures of the world talking about finances and everyone wanting to get into investing. And you got Angela Yee's of the world, so everyone wants to get involved in that. And the topic has now become popular. Where before, people weren't talking about, paying off your debt and retiring early. But that is something that
credit and stuff like that. That's true.
Yeah. Yep.
That's true. So I'm learning everything as I go, honey.
Let me see. Being an individual who has been in Schenectady, Troy, and Albany, I already know that gun violence is something that has plagued each and every one of those communities. So this is a topic that's near and dear to me. But Shereen, for you, have you been impacted by gun violence in the Capital District? How or how not? Or why not? Or
okay, so I haven't been impacted in the Capital District, but my son had a gun violence where he almost died last year. But it happened in Yonkers. They tried to rob him or whatever the case may be, and he did, you know, but thank God he survived. Like, you know, he got shot in his chest, it went to his back. They still was surprised as to how he even lived. Within that same week he got shot is the same week he came out of the hospital, walking like nothing never happened. So I'm like, boy, thank God you got a praying mother and a praying grandmother. You know, everybody was, you know, really like, because it was like, it was so surprising. I'm just like, what? Like, but it happened, you know? So I told him, you know, you got to change your life. You got to make sure that, you know, you're not around certain people. You got to do what you have to do, because it could happen again. And next time you're not going to be this lucky.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you for being a praying mother. And I didn't know that. So sorry if that question caught you off guard. I didn't know that it was your family was directly affected by it. But, you know, it is a topic that's near and dear to my heart, because it plagues our community too much. And just like we talked about earlier, how there's a rise in BBLs, there's a rise in gun violence, and there's a rise in actually recording it all. So, you know, how those types of events affect us being able to see it in real time, someone being shot, someone being killed. We're able to see all of this stuff in real time because people are actually recording it all. They're doing it on lives. And that has been another thing that has drastically gone up during the global pandemic. You know, and so I'm glad that your son has a praying mom, first and foremost, because I think prayer is the greatest weapon given to any of us by God. And sorry your family had to experience that, because it is something that is happening a little bit too readily. And I think that we are getting used to hearing the shootings. We're getting used to seeing the shootings, and, you know, it's not normal. And it shouldn't be normal, and it shouldn't be normalized. So
that's true. Yeah.
Let me see. For you, I got 2 more questions for you, and I'm gonna let you go.
Okay,
my second to last question.
I hope I'm ready.
This one should be a good one. It's gonna force you to do a little soul searching. Yeah. Shereen, what about your life's path are you most proud of?
My life path I'm most proud of?
Yep. What about your life that you are most proud of? It could be an accomplishment. It could be an adversity that you overcame. What about your life's path that you're most proud of?
Me being the go-getter that I am. Okay. And I feel like, okay, so I was married before, well, twice actually. You know, a divorced mom. Also, I have 6 children. More or less, I'm a statistic. So me being who I am, I refuse to be a statistic. I'm sorry, you know? So everybody be like, oh, I don't understand how you got these kids and you got so far ahead, because I'm not going to sit down and just not do nothing. There's, first off, I came from Trinidad. Like, I'm not even from here. So for me to come here and just be falling on the system and doing everything, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do that. Because in my country, we don't have a system to live on. You know what I mean? So it's either you get up and go get it, or you just don't get it. And I refuse. After I came to America, I'm like, everything that I have done, I'm going to get it done. Like, I'm also a CDL class B holder. Okay. So I used to drive the school bus. That's what I get it from. I made sure I passed on my first try, everything that I need to pass. And I pushed through. I used to even work for CDT at one point.
Nice.
You know, but his schedule is not compatible with my lifestyle.
You did everything, woman.
I know, I'm sorry. So, like, you know, like, I'm just that person that I'm not going to sit down and just wait for it to be handed to me, because it's never going to. I'm sorry, I wasn't born with a gold spoon in my mouth, and I didn't marry rich. So I have to go get it. So, like, you know, anything that I want to accomplish, I'm going to go get it. I'm going to do it regardless of who tell me I can't. And I've had people say, oh, you know, you can't do it because you got kids. I say, well, the last time I checked, I'm not a cripple, and my kids going to be good either way. Facts. They're good.
Facts.
I'm not sitting down anymore. I can't sit down. I've did that. So to be honest, like, I've worked part-time jobs when my kids were little, because I didn't want to leave them with anybody. And, you know, sometimes when you're not with a person, their fathers, you know, they tend to be those nice people. So, so I had to do it alone. And it never, I was like, I wasn't going to be fazed by it. My kids were very well behaved, well good, taken care of with me as a mom on a part-time job, you know, and I did what I had to do. And they're respectful. You know, I mean, they do what they got to do. And me being a mother, the only person I'm more or less raised them. Okay. So, you know, I feel like I did. Sorry.
No, that is something to be extremely proud of. One, you know, I always tell everyone to celebrate the milestones that most people don't think are actually huge, but what you've been able to pull off, not only for yourself, but for your children, is huge. Not just deciding to say, well, you know what, I'm going to be a statistic. I'm going to just look for a handout. No, I'm going to get up here. I'm going to continue to be creative. I'm going to try this one out. I'm going to try this one out. You know what I mean? I'm going to secure the bag in all these different avenues. And I'm also going to show my kids that if I can do it, you can do it. So that's monumental.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It might not sound monumental when you say it, but when you actually look at how much work it takes to pull off what you did, Shereen, that's monumental.
Yeah. You know, my kids always say to me, they're like, Mom, growing up, and it's weird because I used to always say this to them, but I never thought that they really listened to it. So like when my son, you know, he went into the Navy and he's like, Mom, he's like, I remember he used to always say to us, don't get a job. Make sure whatever you do, you make sure it's a career. And I was like, oh, shoot. I did say that, you know what I mean? But I've been saying that to them since they're 4 or 5 years old. So no, you know, it really stuck with him. So like, you know, so he's in the Navy now, and you know, like he wants to, you know, he says he's going to do his 4 years and come out. And what he's doing as he's there is building himself to where he can have his own business when he gets out. Nice. He's not selling. And my other son, he sells cats, Bengal cats. I have twins. Okay. Yep. My first have twins, yeah, and he sells Bengals, and that's his business too. And you know they go for a lot.
Listen. That is being able to teach your kids a skill where they can go ahead and fend for themselves is better than giving them any amount of money, because you know you can place them in any circumstance and they'll be able to thrive. They'll be able to survive. So you know, entrepreneurship. I know you said you wish that was something that was stressed in your household earlier, in your schooling earlier. That's one of the questions I typically ask. I didn't have to ask you because you already answered it. It's like, do you think entrepreneurship should be taught in middle and high schools? And I know what your answer would have been. It would have been yes. Yes. So, yes.
Oh, we're like 20 different hats. Yes.
Yes. But yeah. And here's my final question for you on the back community for this Friday afternoon.
I know.
So, and you can tackle it from two ways. You can tackle it while you were still in Trinidad, or you can tackle it when you move to the Capital District area. But did you have a mentor growing up? And if so, how was that person? How did that person impact you? If you didn't have a mentor, how do you think it would have impacted you if you did?
I mean, I didn't have a mentor per se to be like, okay, well, someone who actually knew everything. But my mother, that's like my backbone, my rock, my everything. Because if it wasn't for her, I don't think like, you know, I would have been, because she was a single mom until my stepfather came along. You know, he passed away. He was a great stepfather. I wouldn't even lie to tell you, like my stepfather and my mother was awesome. Like I can't even ask for a better stepfather in my life. So I felt like even with him and with my mother, like, you know, they wasn't able to teach me everything that I know now, or, you know, still thriving to know. But my stepfather was the rock. Like he really was. And then my mother, she's a force to reckon with, honey. So it was like, I feel like with her, like she made me who I am in a sense of like, don't give up. Don't, you know what I mean? So like my mother, you see like how I wear many hats, I'm doing different. That's her. Right now up to this day, like in Trinidad, she sells gourmet pepper sauces, hot sauces. It's like flavored, pineapple, like it's also, it's like she fuels me. It's like different flavors of it, different like heats. It's like, it's so amazing. So it's like she's always been that person to like, you know, want to make sure she, you know, just like me, just make like come up with an idea, and all of a sudden it's like boom, it's selling, it's doing this, it's doing that, you're making money, you're doing. And that's just me. And I always looked at her like that, like, oh my God, Ma, you're always doing something. I used to be in the beginning, and when I was young, like, oh my God, this woman always doing something. And even if she failed at it, she would still try, or she would still, they'd be like, okay, well, you know, that didn't work, let me start this, I'm gonna get back to that. And it's like, I felt like, you know, like with me, that's how I am. I'm like, you know what, I can't, I'm sorry, but I can't sit down. I got to get to the back. I got to do something. I have to, if I feel like I'm sitting on, it's just like, I'm like, okay, my life is wasting away. I'm sitting in front of the TV and do what? They're already getting their money, honey. I got to get my bag. You know what I mean? So that's why I be looking at it like, but my mom and my stepfather,
Nice.
it was been awesome. Huh?
Well, shout out to the both of them. Shout out to your mom. Shout out to your stepdad as well.
Yeah,
a lot of times we don't have those examples that we can choose in our household. Sometimes we have to go outside to find those images and those people. So shout out to both your stepdad and to your stepmom for being an example for you. And, you know what I mean, they may not have had all of the resources themselves, but they gave you the wherewithal to go out and figure it out for yourself. So shout out to them for doing that.
And I also want to shout out Gina from Local 518. She's the bomb. Anybody who's looking for a mentor, looking to get their business plan started and everything, at Peels on Wheels, she's awesome. Like her, she's awesome. Nice. I don't even know how I found her. And the same with just like I found her. I'm like, everything is aligning. Oh my gosh. Like when you get away, I feel like, you know, like I had a lot of distractions, to be honest. Like I had a lot of distractions going on, you know, past couple months and stuff. I shouldn't say a lot of distractions going on. I allow a lot of distractions to come in that was kind of like taking me away from my business, taking me away from things I know that I, you know, that this is what I do. So like, you know, the distractions is gone. I'm just like, let me get back into what I need to do. And all of a sudden it was like, boom. You, Gina, Peels on Wheels.
There you go.
Everybody just came in at the same time. Like, thank you, God.
Yeah. Listen, man, when you are positioned, stay ready so you never have to get ready is my philosophy. You know what I mean? When God says time, it'll be time. Can't no one stop it, can't no one deter it, but you have to be ready for the opportunities when the opportunities present themselves.
Yep, so, I'm always ready.
Congratulations.
Always ready. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I love this. This was really refreshing. It was.
Well, listen, thank you, Miss Shereen, for coming on Back Community. I can't wait to get your story out to the people. Like I said, once we get this posted, your information will be directly in those as well. Please, everybody, check out Impressed by Shereen Body Contouring, both men and women. So, guys, I learned a great deal today.
Yep. That,
you know, there are things that we could do as well, and we are already doing that most of us probably didn't even know existed. So, but yeah, be able to check out Shereen, and congratulations on your new move in advance. Wishing you continued success, and thanks for being on the Back Community.
Thank you for the invite. Anytime.
All right, man. I'll catch up with you later.
All right, bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Keep climbing up the ladder. A Black Lives Matter. They matter. So all you young people, give me all. 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 Matter. A Black Lives Matter. They matter. A Black Lives Matter.